And for this deep dive, we're focusing on a fascinating interview with Israeli filmmaker David Ofek.
Fascinating is putting it mildly, let me tell you.
Yeah.
This is a filmmaker who is not afraid to push some buttons.
Oh, no.
To say the least.
That's what we're digging into today. Cinematic philosophy. The work of this Israeli filmmaker, David Ofek. He's doing something really interesting with film.
Yeah, he's definitely someone who's pushing the boundaries of what film can do.
We're going to look at his films, how he mixes like documentary stuff with fictional storytelling, and how he's become this cultural chronicler, big title.
Oh.
But we'll see if he earns it.
Right, exactly. Let's see.
One thing Ofek said really stuck with me. He said, "Everything is worthy of being photographed because everything is human, even absolute evil." Powerful, right?
Absolutely. It's a really profound statement.
It's like he's saying, no matter how tough, how dark, there's something worth capturing about being human, you know? What do you think about that?
I think it speaks to this idea that film can be more than just entertainment. It can be a way to explore the depths of human experience, even in its darkest forms. Ofek seems very committed to that.
And he does this by, like we were saying, mixing documentary and fictional elements in his films. One example that really highlights this is his film, The 17th Victim. Can you tell us a bit about that film and how he uses this blend?
Yeah, so The 17th Victim deals with the aftermath of a terrorist attack in Israel. But instead of focusing on the attack itself, Ofek turns the camera towards the families who are left behind, grappling with this horrible loss.
So he's choosing a very specific lens to look at this event through.
Exactly. And he incorporates these really powerful interviews with family members who've lost loved ones. But then, woven into that, he uses scripted scenes, almost like recreations, but infused with this real, raw emotion.
No, he's taking these real-life tragedies and then using fictional elements to
kind of give them another dimension to make them even more impactful, I think.
Right. It's like he's acknowledging that sometimes to really grasp the truth of an event, you need something more than just the facts.
Yeah, exactly. He's using those fictional elements to enhance the truth, not to replace it. And I think that's really important.
It's like when you read a really powerful novel. It might be fiction, but it can teach you something true about the human condition, you know?
Absolutely.
But this blending of real and fictional, I mean, that's got to come with some serious ethical questions, right?
Oh, for sure. And Ofek is very conscious of this, especially considering the sensitive nature of his subjects. He's constantly navigating that line between telling a compelling story and being respectful of the people involved.
It's like he's walking a tightrope.
Exactly. He's very aware of the power dynamics at play, and he never wants to exploit his subjects or misrepresent their experiences.
Which brings us back to that term, cultural chronicler. What do you think makes his work so important, particularly in the context of Israeli cinema?
Ofek's films are really unique in the way they capture the complexity of Israeli society. They're not shying away from the difficult conversations, the political divides, the things that make people uncomfortable. But at the same time, there's this real love for his country and its people. You can feel it in every frame.
So he's trying to show a fuller picture rather than the one we often get.
Exactly. He wants people to see Israel beyond the headlines, to understand the nuances, the contradictions, the everyday realities of the people who live there.
He wants us to think deeply, not just accept what we see on the surface.
Right. And I think that's what makes his work so valuable. He's not just telling stories, he's sparking conversation, challenging perspectives, and pushing viewers to grapple with difficult questions.
It really makes you wonder what other stories are out there waiting to be told in this way.
Absolutely. So many stories.
Well, for anyone listening, if you're interested in films that make you think, make you feel, make you see the world in a new light, definitely check out David Ofek's work. You might be surprised at what you discover.
I agree. Definitely worth checking out.